James, you're probably the best for examples.
Okay, thank you.
What is Google's neural networks API allowing you to do?
Okay, the neural network API allows the AI applications to leverage the chipset capability on device so that they can be more optimized to run the deep neural network computing. Okay, and this is a universal layer, so it doesn't really matter which vendor or OEM vendors. Okay, but each OEM vendor, your chipset has to adapt yourself to the NN API so that the neural network API can leverage your chipset capabilities. Okay, yeah. So currently for Huawei, our new Kirin 970 chips has been optimized to support the NN API. Okay, so that any application runs on the NN API can leverage our NPU computing power. Okay.
Since the Mate 10 Pro also has a Kirin 970, will a lot of these AI features be coming to that device as well?
It will be available for them after the next update, software update for the Mate 10 Pro.
Right, and this is probably one for you. Are there any other apps that are being enhanced as part of the high AI ecosystem?
You see in our keynote is like one of those is the Prisma, so using the high AI foundation, which speed up the image processing on device. And the second one is Amazon, which we also introduced, is using the same technologies like the computer vision technologies, which enable the users to use the photo on the devices or pointing your camera to a physical object in real world to do the shopping. Okay, so those are only the use cases. The key is the high AI platform, the on-device AI platform is an open platform, which enable the partners to do more and more apart from the shopping. Shopping is just one of the examples that we bring together with 8.1. So you may expecting more and more in the futures, like the AR, like the shopping.
And in the coming months, maybe May or June, we will launch the Huawei App Store in Europe. Okay, and in that app store, we will feature those AI optimized apps. Okay.
So do you have any indication about how many are sort of being worked on at the moment?
Currently, I cannot tell the exact number. Okay. Currently, we are already working with some of the third app developers. Some of them are outside, but most of them is from China because China has a huge app developer community as well. Okay. And so we're looking forward to see more and more of these apps coming up in the future, optimized with high AI capability. Okay, we showed Prisma, but what you see up on the stage is it's accelerated, it's faster, but still, in that scenario, Prisma still has to develop their own algorithm, the deep learning algorithm, the models. They have to train their own models, and that's quite difficult for some small players, right? So what actually there's another story we incorporated with Prisma, which is not mentioned on the stage today, is that if you have ever used Prisma, they have a shop for you can buy more styles, right? So I heard on the iOS version they have hundreds of them. So it's quite difficult for people to navigate across all these hundreds of styles and filters, and so Prisma asked us. Because what we showed last year in the Mate 10 is that our camera can detect the scene, whether it's a portrait or it's a landscape or it's a blue sky. So what we did is we actually packaged this capability and give an API to Prisma. So Prisma can just call this one API in one line of code to understand the scene of the picture, what it is, and then based on that, with these 300 filters, styles, these are probably 10 or 5 that's most likely matching this thing you're detecting. Okay, so we think that it's important to give this capability to a broader landscape of developers, so that more apps can leverage this AI capability, and without understanding all these deep learning algorithm stuff.
So once again, I heard a lot of feedback from the market saying that the NPU or on-device AI are not fully utilized. And what we would like to say and what we see in the demonstration is don't underestimate the capability of the software part. Like what we demonstrate in Mobile World Congress, say using Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro, to drive a car. So this is the things that we would like our partners can do it for us with our open platform, like high AI engine, high AI foundation, high AI services. So this is the things that we are looking for. We bring some today, say Amazon, Prisma, Google, and we are expecting some more.
Huawei trying to make everything more simpler and more easy to use for the customers, and you can see that from the trend of the camera from last year and this year. So what happens last year is that there's an AI camera that detects some scenes like animals and plants and people, so that you don't have to play with the saturation and white balance, this kind of stuff. So, but coming to this year, because you see on the phone, there's more than coloring and saturation. There is a different shooting mode. Right? There is a macro photography. There is a night mode. There is portrait mode. Okay, so it's all these buttons are sitting there, and you have to click them to make it happen, right? But we think, okay, if we can detect what it is, if we know that you're really close up to the object, we should bring up micro photography automatically for you. Okay, you don't have to click that button. Okay, so these are the directions we're working on. Okay, yeah. And so coming in the future, you will see more of this coming in the future to make your life easier. Okay.
There's a very big heavy focus on your AI capabilities for the camera at the moment. When do you think we'll see it expand a bit further on the user-facing kind of front? I know that you do a lot on the sort of back-end power optimization and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's about sort of making people's lives easier. So when will we sort of start seeing more of that come in? Will we have to wait for a big new major flagship release for that, or will you release more sort of updates throughout the year with those sort of features?
Okay. We're definitely will bring more AI features in the coming releases, future versions. Okay, and also the versions we're working on the version we released in China already has more AI capabilities than we released on the overseas market. Okay, because a big part of AI is language understanding processing, and for that we have an edge in Chinese language. Okay, so that's why a lot of Chinese customers are benefiting from these kind of features in China market.
Do some privacy regulations come into that a lot more when you talk about Western markets?
Again, this is on the rise, and the second thing is there's a actual triggering actions by the users. Right, this is very well acknowledged by the users to do it by themselves, not automatically.
Yeah.
Right.
And actually, with Amazon, they mentioned on the stage the camera, so you can scan something, buy something, but not every purchase intention comes from the physical world. Sometimes it's from your online browsing and chatting with friends, right? So you're talking to someone on WhatsApp, you're browsing the web page, you see a fancy dress, you can just double hold it, long press, and then it will trigger that Amazon shopping experience. Okay, so you don't have to save the picture to your gallery and then go back to the gallery and trigger the Amazon process. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you
for coming.